Welcome back to the Cryptic Galapagos. The Galapagos is made of 13 major islands, all miles away from each other. Massive amounts of water between each island make it hard to exchange goods and move from one island to the next. Luckily, in today's video, one clan has taken the initiative to monetize this need in the ever-changing world of the Cryptic Galapagos. They are known as the Seal Riders of Vulcan Island. The Seal Riders were established on the western side of Vulcan Island. These iguanas have a long-standing bond with Galapagos fur seals and sea lion species. Their heritage goes back many years when iguanas and seals would sunbathe together on the rocks and beaches. But as iguana intelligence increased, most iguanas felt empathy for these seals. An unnatural amount of shark species moved into the bay, meaning more predation would take place. These iguanas stepped in to keep the sharks away from seal pups, which strengthened the bond between the two species. The seals would later allow iguanas to swim alongside them and allow them to create harnesses so iguanas can ride along. When war erupted, the seal riders would use their seal mounts to bring over medicine to the wounded and transport refugees who suffered in times of war. These actions evolved as time passed. The seal riders have since then established trading posts in multiple points in the islands to provide transporting of goods between the islands in exchange for resources. This contribution to the economy has since then become their main source of survival. The Seal Rider clan is governed by Monarchy. The clan's previous chief selected and marked a single egg from a clutch laid by his mate to serve as an heir to the throne. This method was considered an impartial and fair way to determine the next ruler of the clan and was done so by the Seal Riders for many generations. From that chosen egg hatched Keitha, the current monarch of the Seal Riders. Renowned for fearlessness, boundless enthusiasm, and strong leadership. She has embraced her role and was educated and guided by her parents on her future duties as the chief and ruler of the Seal Riders. She is rarely seen at the Seal Rider colony grounds, preferring instead to get her hands dirty assisting her fleet and visiting neighboring islands for operations whenever possible. Her mobility is greatly enhanced by her loyal mount, a massive Atlantic walrus, a rare sight on the shores of the Galapagos. This walrus was discovered washed up on a beach, wounded with a spear-like object embedded in its shoulder. Initially aggressive due to the injury, the creature's demeanor softened as Keitha cared for it, providing food and tending to its wounds. Her patience and compassion eventually allowed her to remove the foreign object and forge a bond with the walrus. This walrus mount has since become an invaluable asset, ensuring the well-being and protection of her clan and fleet during these ventures across the waters between islands. The culture of the Seal Riders are based around the protection of the seals, since this is what keeps them alive in the long run. As they protect seals from sharks in their own unique way, they will score a shark tooth or two. There are a multitude of sharks in the Galapagos, and each shark species will have their own unique sets of teeth, which can be used to craft custom shark weapons, which are known by the iguanas as bite weapons. The iguanas have noted that using bite weapons on shark species makes them flee much quicker, resulting in fewer shark casualties. These teeth would be mounted on well-crafted pieces of wood, allowing for them to show off high amounts of battles they've won with sharks. The more teeth you have, the higher chance you have of getting a seal mount of your own. It's a coming of age thing for the younglings, and a show of gratitude and respect towards the seals. As an in-game mechanic, the type of shark teeth you collect will also correspond with a mount you're eligible to tame. The matriarch actually believes that there will be a time when sharks too can be tamed. She has appointed iguana clan members to build a shark nursery to raise shark eggs from young and tame smaller sharks to study them and hopefully ease them into the possibility of an harmonious relationship with sharks living on a fish-only diet. There are rumors of successful attempts, but it's a very experimental journey as of late. Other than experimental mounts, the seal riders possess a vast catalogue of mounts which they successfully tamed, each uniquely suited to the waters of the Cryptic Galapagos. Some are local, while others have drifted here on powerful currents from the distant south. The most common mount you'll encounter is the medium-sized fur seal. These agile creatures, including small males and females, are the backbone of the seal rider fleet. They are unarmored but exceptionally fast and resilient, making them ideal for transporting goods between the islands. Larger males offer additional cargo slots, though they sacrifice some speed for this capacity. Fur seals have the unique ability called undetected, which allows them to move silently through the water, unnoticed by predators or threats. Another staple of the fleet, the Galapagos sea lions, the warrior mounts of the seal riders. Agile and adaptable, these sea lions, both males and females, are survivalists, equipped with lightweight wooden armor. For seal rider commanders, the larger male sea lions are prized mounts. They strike a perfect balance between speed, transportation capabilities, strong armor, and impressive attack power. These mounts are reliable in skirmishes and durable in extended naval campaigns. The sea lion's ability auto-dodge ensures that they can evade attacks independently, keeping their riders safe even in the fiercest journeys. From the icy waters of the distant south comes the leopard seal, a rare and lethal addition to the seal rider fleet. These specialized mounts are the choice for high-stakes open water escorts and special operations, where speed and precision are paramount. Leopard seals are built for speed, on offense, equipped with razor-sharp teeth capable of inflicting devastating damage. They don't tolerate cargo, as their focus is entirely on combat. Their ability bleed causes enemies to suffer ongoing damage over time, making them one of the deadliest assets in the seal rider arsenal. Another southern arrival is the southern elephant seal, a colossal mount so challenging to tame that the seal riders expanded their territory to accommodate them. On the eastern side of Vulcan Island, a sister clan was established to handle these behemoths and others brought by the southern currents. Elephant seals are unarmored, but their thick, natural blubber provides excellent protection, making crafted armor unnecessary. Though they are slow, they excel in naval operations, acting as escorts for high-value goods and delivering devastating blows in battle. Elephant seals have the ability rumble. The seal roars loudly to stun nearby enemies for a short time, which comes in handy for a slower mount like this one. The seal rider's curiosity did expand beyond seals. Dolphins swimming near seal rider territory was a common thing to see. One day, a dolphin beached itself and a group of iguanas helped to push it back into the water. This resulted in a friendly familiarity with the iguanas. The dolphin would frequently return and eventually become so comfortable that they would allow iguanas to swim with them while holding onto their dorsal fins. This historic moment inspired the creation of the blue swan, another sister clan dedicated to forming bonds with cetaceans. These dolphins and porpoises are faster than seals, though they cannot transport goods. Instead, they specialize in speed and utility. The common dolphin is the most comfortable with the iguanas, frequently allowing them to swim with them. These dolphins are used to get from one place to another with speed. No major amounts of goods can be taken with, they are only there to move from one isle to the next. They have great stats for speed and is overall a great companion to have on open water. Their ability Speed Boost allow them to move much faster than their default speed for a short period of time. The spinner dolphin takes the speed of the common dolphin to the next level, used by blue swan warriors to get hits in quick and move away as fast as possible. The spinner dolphin is the fastest cetacean in the blue swan arsenal. This does also mean that they don't tolerate any inventory. Their ability Spinner Evasion allows the rider to deflect any projectiles and knock back any close aggressors by having the dolphin spin rapidly as they naturally do. One of the most reliable mounts of the cetaceans is the bottlenose dolphin. These dolphins have stamina, able to venture on open water for long periods. They have good general stats and sacrifice a bit of speed to allow for inventory and better armor. Their ability Fish Feeder allows the dolphin to catch fish and fill itself without the rider to constantly stock fish as inventory to keep riding along. For Blue Swan commanders, the Risso's dolphin is the mount of choice. Known for their adaptability and strength, these dolphins allow for offensive customization with mounted sharp objects that transform them into powerful high-speed combat units. Slower than their smaller cousins, but with less patience, the Risso's dolphin will gladly venture into battle with their riders. Their ability Spiked allows for the rider to use a tail attack towards aggressors while mounted. But by far the most intelligent and challenging cetacean to tame is the killer whale, or orca. These apex predators dominate the seas, blending speed, strength, and versatility. Orcas boast both natural fatty armor and crafted armor for additional protection. They have great speed, fantastic attack stats, good armor and transport stats, but the only problem is their scarcity. Their ability Apex means that they can grab a hold of all creatures smaller than them, and most natural predators might flee when they see the orca. The only iguana to fully tame 2 orcas was Plutarch, the appointed leader of the Blue Swan. In the early days of the Seal Riders expansion, he discovered 2 stranded female calves. They were abandoned for some reason. Plutarch fed them for weeks, but no larger killer whales came to fetch them. They grew close to him, and he effectively raised them in the hopes to help them find their pod again. But after seeing their raw strength as they aged, he is more interested in finding more orcas to create a pod of his own. Keeping all of this to himself, of course, since the dietary requirements of a fully grown orca might not sit well with the monarch of the Seal Riders. Other than killer whales, the Blue Swan have even managed to attract the attention of larger cetaceans. By farming small schools of fish and plankton, they've tamed minke whales. These slow giants are unmatched in their ability to carry immense amounts of cargo, making them ideal for patient riders. Their transport stats are maxed out, meaning that players can even move building materials from one island to the other. Their ability Free Roam allows players to move freely on the whale while in transit. The Seal Riders of the West and East, as well as the Blue Swan, bring most of the clans and colonies together because of their dangerous and precarious trade responsibilities. Other allies to their efforts are the Galapagos penguins, known as the Water Wings, who reside to the north of Vulcan Island, and closer to the Seal Riders the Ovata clan, reserved marine iguanas specializing in farming medicinal herbs, and lastly, the salt scales of Eldar Island. Thanks to their alliances and specialized units, the Seal Rider monarchy is both respected by most colonies and powerful enough to deter most attacks on their territory. However, tension escalated recently when the monarch halted the transportation of Malachite knights between islands, a decision made after the seals carrying the knights began falling ill for unknown reasons. This action severed a long-standing generational alliance with the Salt Scales, infuriating the elders. The move was seen as rebellious, and the illness of the seals was an obvious scapegoat to the elders of the Salt Scales, especially since the monarch's recent requests for hearings with the Salt Scale elders had been ignored. Despite backlash, her concerns were valid. She feared the growing presence of offshore creatures. She had occasionally spotted them in their vessels, but lacked substantial evidence, except for the blade she had recovered from her walrus mount. This weapon, harder and more durable than rock or obsidian, raised alarm about the threat these creatures might pose. The monarch proposed a united front with the Salt Scales to confront the offshore danger, but her offer was swiftly rejected by the salt-scale alpha male, Gualar, who dismissed the idea of a mass assault. This fallout between the seal riders and salt scales was known as the Tideless. Now without seal mounts to deploy Malachite Knights to other islands, the salt scales' trade and wealth suffered greatly. To compensate for the loss of the seal mounts, Gualar turned to massive leatherback sea turtles. These turtles are slow but boast the highest armor stat of any aquatic mount, as well as immense transportation capabilities, second only to the minke whale. These massive turtles are even immune to venom and poisons, really reinforcing their defensive nature. Leatherbacks also have the ability free roam, like the minke whale, allowing players to move around on the turtle's back on open water. Although Gualar deployed these turtles as new transport, their slow speed did cause issues, earning the Malachite Knights a reputation for delayed responses and ineffective reinforcements. This economic strain is now pushing the salt scales toward countermeasures, threatening to spark the next war on the Cryptic Galapagos. Creature character design, game mechanics and lore are the three formats I use to explain the expansion of the Cryptic Galapagos, so mixing them all into one seems to be the best case. If you guys rather prefer shorter videos on each topic, please let me know. There is just a lot I have to elaborate on lore wise. Lastly, just a bit of an update. I have a small team. We're building assets for the game, modeling, rigging and animating. I'm having a lot of fun actually expanding on the world by making some things 3D and bringing it to life. The next step would be to pull everything into Unreal Engine and get to coding. No clue on how long it will take until we have something to show, so I created a Patreon if you feel like supporting or donating anything towards the project's development. There's the colony members, the first tier for those who just want to see some behind the scenes development and contribute. Then the Red Obsidian Guardians with early access to videos and other content. Malachite Knight Commanders will have the addition to join Q&As and help with the development of the project. And the last tier, Ethereum Elites, will have exclusive voting rights on lore and early access to any demos and files we might have ready in the future. Thank you to my Patreons for your support. I'm still very early in the conceptual phase of the world, so like and subscribe if you want to see this world grow. Thank you to each and everyone for your ongoing support, and thanks for watching.